Thank you for inviting me to appear today. Bill C-21 is misguided. Its burden falls overwhelmingly on already heavily regulated law-abiding firearms owners, and it is premised on the prohibition of specific types of firearms, a failed approach to reducing violence. If this bill cannot be abandoned, it requires, at a minimum, significant amendment. All Canadians should oppose this bill in its current form, whether they own or even like firearms. Those most directly affected by this bill are, of course, law-abiding firearms owners. This bill will effectively put an end to many long-established, safe, internationally recognized target shooting sports by cutting off the flow of new entrants.
Dr. Bryant, could you just slow down a little bit to assist with our interpretation?
Okay, sure.
Thank you.
Tell you get 6 minutes.
Well, I'm passionate about these topics, and I get excited, and I want to go fast. Even those sports that use single-shot, muzzle loading, black powder, flintlock pistols, a Pirates of the Caribbean era technology over 200 years old, will die away. This loss will have no conceivable public safety benefit. For many individuals and communities, these sports are an important part of their heritage. They also serve to socialize new firearms owners into the safe and responsible use of firearms as a group activity. If we allow this bill to shrink the pool of handgun owners, membership in shooting ranges will shrink, putting their economic viability at risk. Hunters and others who rely on these ranges to practice will be left without a safe place to shoot. Firearms businesses and the many thousands of hardworking Canadians they employ will also be gravely affected. The handgun transfer freeze, combined with the Order in Council of May 2020, have eroded much of the market that sustains these mostly small, family-owned businesses. Many are barely hanging on, and some have already been forced to close. Canadians concerned about protecting citizens from injustice should be gravely concerned. Even if ultimately found innocent after an accusation that results in revocation of their handgun registrations, the prohibition on the issuance of new handgun registration certificates will prevent individuals from recovering their previous privileges. If there are flaws in Canada's procedures for removing firearms from those who should not have them, these flaws are not in a lack of powers for CFOs to do so, but in the resources most CFOs have available to apply these powers. Canadians concerned with property rights should be gravely concerned by the hundreds of millions of dollars of lawfully acquired property that has been rendered effectively unsaleable at any reasonable price. Already, thousands of handguns worth many millions of dollars are stuck in estates, prevented from finding willing buyers by the regulatory freeze on handgun transfers. Many historic artifacts and cherished family heirlooms may end up being needlessly destroyed. Because the precipitous imposition of the handgun transfer freeze overwhelmed the transfer processing system in the months between the announcement and the imposition of the freeze, many who wanted to sell their handguns as an estate planning measure were unable to do so. These financial consequences are manifestly unjust. Canadians concerned about public safety should be gravely concerned because this measure will do nothing to enhance public safety and will undermine it in ways large and small. Many individuals whose acquisition of a handgun could enhance public safety will be prevented from acquiring the equipment they need, such as instructors teaching a Canadian Restricted Firearms Safety course. Many smaller police forces and security companies will find the ranges where they practice will close. Our firearms control system is already riddled with inconsistencies and really needs to be redesigned from scratch. Yet C-21 would further worsen this confusion by defining prohibited long guns based on date of manufacture rather than any proven objective criteria. It will also centralize life and death decisions on authorizations to carry in the Commissioner of Firearms, an official far too removed from the field to make timely, informed decisions. These measures will undermine confidence in our firearms control system at precisely the time when everyone's efforts should be focused on strengthening societal confidence in our institutions. For all these reasons, and many more, I hope that the honourable senators will initiate a thorough review of this deeply flawed legislation and abandon it, or at least amend it significantly to strengthen public safety, allow legitimate shooting sports to continue, and depoliticize this issue so we can all return to the hard daily work of ensuring maximum public safety. I and my staff stand ready to assist with more detailed support in this effort to ensure that what emerges from your process of sober second thought is a bill that all Canadians deserve, one that protects public safety in a measured and balanced way. Maintenant, je serai ravi de répondre à vos questions.